Hey everybody, it's Axel with Golden Acorns, where we help guide your growth in 12 key areas of life. Stuff like learning, travel, finances, and more. So we're going to bring simple, actionable ideas to help move you guys forward with purpose. So let's plant some seeds of potential and grow a life you love. Please share and enjoy.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Back to Monday.
That's our day. Monday.
Back to Monday.
I kind of like starting our podcast on Monday.
Yeah, like starts our week off.
Yeah, and we have like a little time to think on the weekends and just...
Yeah, and we always have our power couple meetings on Sundays.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we bring up, and obviously there's things throughout the week that we talk about that in our lives that we feel like are things we've changed about ourselves.
Yeah. That's a good point. I do think God, now that I think about it, I feel like we do like change quite a bit every week.
Mm-hmm.
There's just always something thrown at you that you have to adapt to or grow to or change to. And yeah.
So just a different perspective on maybe what you've heard from other gurus and other experts about cash flow and debt a little bit. So
we didn't talk about this. You're surprising me today.
I know. Well, we did talk about it in our personal lives this weekend, but we didn't pre-talk about it for the podcast.
Right.
So I think this is one of those golden acorns, and it's called the cash flow index. I think it's one of the ones that we have utilized to make big progress.
I like this because it's hard to always step back and see like the big picture of what something's really costing you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is such an easy method.
Yeah. So I'm sure like, well, what did we used to do with debt and like,
we did the Dave Ramsey method.
Yeah. What's his method?
So if you've ever heard his snowball method, it's like you start with the easiest ones first. Like
what makes it easy?
Like usually either the lowest balance.
Yeah.
So what's the quickest thing you can pay off so that you can roll that monthly payment into the next thing?
Mm-hmm.
Is just his, and that's simple. Like for him, it's like, what is the most simple thing to do?
Yeah.
And I mean, it made sense from when we were like, what the hell do we even pay?
Yeah.
You know, we're like,
when we had all that debt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you think like, well, this one's costing me $600 a month. I should pay that one off. Yeah. Well, your balance is $30,000. You know,
yeah,
you're like,
take you the longest.
Right. So like, why not pay this one off? That's $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe it's only costing you $50 a month, you know, but he's like, but you get it done. You get momentum.
You take that $50 and you put it to the $600 a month.
Right. So then I would say when you level up from that, when you learn how to do that and learn not to get back into that.
Yeah.
More importantly.
Well, his focus has always been like consumer debt. Right. Which for us, I mean, yes, we had it, but it wasn't because of just frivolous spending. It was like remodel debt is really what we had. So.
Right. It was, but we had multiple cards, you know, because we didn't have
we had a Home Depot card,
$20,000 credit limits.
Yeah. So
yeah, what I was going to say is once you level up and you get past that, then you start using cards as leverage.
Yeah.
Not as like, we don't have any money.
Right. Right.
So that's where we're at, I think, and ours isn't even credit cards. Like ours is more like loans on vehicles.
Vehicle loans.
Yep.
I mean, we do still have one student loan? One.
Two. They're both yours.
No, I thought you had one.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm done.
You're done. It only took us 25 years.
I finally paid for my education so I can use it.
Oh, wait. Yeah. And then, I mean, we do have credit cards, but those are paid off monthly. So that doesn't really count towards this.
Yeah, that's what I meant about our leverage is we're like for our credit cards. Yeah, we use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. Not always in business though. So this is also would work for a business.
That's true. I do not always pay my business credit cards off every month because I use them kind of more like working capital. And so some months are not as good as others. And so, you know, they don't get paid off, but
sometimes it's holding capital.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a technique that I learned from Garrett Gunderson. I don't know where he came up with it. I don't know if it's his thing or if it's someone else's. But he calls it the cash flow index. And the simplest, so all you do is we sat down and we took all of our, loans that we had. And you can even, I mean, depending on how much you owe, you could even take like your mortgage or something, I suppose. We didn't even include that in this, but
it depends on what kind of debts you have or you work on. Yeah.
And you take the balance of what you owe.
Okay.
And you divide that by the payment.
Okay.
And I would say 9 times out of 10 cars are so this tells you the efficiency of your loan.
Of your loan or of your money that you're paying towards it?
Well, it's kind of both. So like, as your balance gets lower, that debt is less efficient.
Well, sure, because your payment never changes.
Right.
So example, we're paying like, call it $450 a month on a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
We owe 30 or no.
Oh, our real numbers like 24,000.
Yeah, we owe like $24,000,
mm-hmm.
right? So that gave us approximately, I think it was like a 50 something.
Yeah, it was like a 53 when we did the math on whatever our actual balances was.
But I'm just using.
Yeah, our cash flow index number was 53.
Right, so that's good. But now if we only owed 10,000 on that car, now that $450 a month,
that would drop way down. The number would drop way down.
Right.
And basically anything under 50, he says like, that's your least efficient debt, and the lower the number, like that's where you start. So here's a good example, real life example of what we did. When did we pay off the Subaru?
Was that beginning of this year or last year?
Recently, maybe in the last 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, I think it was the beginning of the year.
So we went through this whole thing with all of our loans and just our debt, and we're like, we should really try to make our money more efficient because you want to get a new truck. And so we're like, well, let's take a look at everything. Right. So we did all of our stuff. We looked at everything, and we have a little Subaru Outback that we Turo'd. Mm-hmm. We've talked about that too, but have we talked about Turoing in depth yet?
We have.
I know we've done a video on it, but I don't know if we've done a podcast.
Yeah, I think we did, but maybe not.
Maybe not. We'll have to look through and see.
Yeah.
But anyways, we bought this car to Turo it out and pay for its own payment and stuff. And so we had it 3 years.
Yeah.
So we were getting pretty low on our balance. I think we only owed like $8,000 on it, but our monthly payment was like $400.
Yeah.
So I'll give you 2 examples of how you can use this. So maybe you don't have the $8,000 to pay it off, right? Like that could be, but that number, well, let me do the math. So if I take $8,000 and divide it by our payment of $400, that's 20, right? The number was 20. The cash flow index.
50 minimum.
50 is like
above.
Anything under 50 is bad.
Okay. Means it's a poor use of your money.
Yeah.
It's just not efficient.
Right. So like you're not really leveraging it well, I think is a better way to look at it.
Okay.
And so here's 2 examples that we've both done personally. So in this instance, we paid that car off and we had $400 extra a month that we just regained.
Yeah.
And that loan was really efficient. Like, so this is what's hard about this. You have to take the interest rate out of consideration. I
was just like, I remember we were like, why would we pay it off?
Oh, because when you are young, that's what you're taught is like pay off your highest interest credit cards, right?
Well, okay, I think of student loans. They're always like, oh, the interest is so low, you'll never. That's what we were told. Now,
right.
If you've been through college lately, way different story. But
right, because our interest on our student loans is like 2.75.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, won't even notice the payment,
Yeah, and then we had a mortgage payment worth of student loans
anyway.
When we graduated. But
yeah, you're taught that like,
yeah.
If it's a low interest rate, I mean, it's practically free money.
Yeah, leave it alone. It's free money. So we have this low grumbling in the background from our dogs. They want to bark at
We have
people.
a gargoyle in the background.
So two instances we've used this. So this example, we gained the $400 back a month, and that gave us the confidence and the asset, I would say, of $400 a month that we were already spending. We were used to spending that.
Yep.
So we took that $400 and we put it towards your new truck payment.
Yeah.
Because your new truck payment was very high. And so we were like, ugh, like we don't really want to spend that kind of money, right? But we were already used to spending this $400. So by paying off that car, we could take that $400 and put it towards your new truck payment. And then like with that $400 and your new payment, we ended up being like, and we refinanced my car.
Oh yeah.
So with those two things, we actually end up paying less a month now than we were.
Right. And we kept our Subaru.
Right. So, like I said, we refinanced my car. So that's another trick. And we did this probably 4 years ago with the minivan that we used to have. So we had a minivan and my payment was, I don't remember, $400 or $350 a month, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we owed around that 8 to 10 grand, somewhere in there. And instead of paying it off, because we couldn't at the time, we refinanced it. And our refinance fee was like $200.
Oh, it was cheap.
It was like nothing. And it dropped our payment down to like $140 from $350. So like still, yes, we were going to pay more in interest over the life of that loan, right? So like get that out of your head. Like that's not the point here.
It's about cash flow.
It's about monthly cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could go through and maybe reamortize, refinance, like all this debt, and this is just one little tool to use, right, in your toolbox, and recapture, I don't know, $1,000 a month,
right?
Like what could you recapture by refinancing instead of focusing on like, oh, well, if I refinance, I'm reamortizing and then I'm paying more interest. It's like, yeah, but you get all this monthly cash flow back.
So example, just like a vehicle, we'll use that. Say our van, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, well, we already knew that we could support the $400 a month.
Yeah.
Now, if we refinanced it, say our payment dropped to $150.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's $300 extra a month.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a higher interest rate, but maybe we keep paying $400 on that.
Yeah, that's another thing you could do.
You know what I mean? Like if you're going to try to pay something off, you already know your budget can afford that.
Yeah.
So even though you got a higher interest rate, now that sucker's just going to like drop. Your balance is going to drop so fast every month.
Because you're actually making additional money towards the principal.
Right. Like I'm just saying, this is a really good way if you wanted to pay that off.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just going, well, we already pay $400. Let's just throw an extra $50 every month. That's going to take forever.
Yeah.
Refi it if you want, or what I'm saying, you can just divert that cash flow anywhere.
Well, yeah, if you refied it, you wouldn't pay it on itself, but you would pay it on something else that was.
It'd free your money up, right, to go to a better.
It'd be less efficient. So, something that's less efficient. So I would say the hardest thing for me on this was definitely the whole interest rate thing.
Well, it just kind of went not against, but what we knew. It felt weird.
Well, and even Dave Ramsey's, he doesn't even tell you to pay attention to interest rates.
No.
So I think that was our first thing of like, like his financial piece was our first experience with, it's not about the interest rate. And that,
I mean, everyone says cash is king, right? Like,
yeah. And that was hard for us. And now I feel like we kind of use a combo of the debt snowball. And that's kind of what you were saying, right? Is you can use this strategy, but then snowball your debt as well with it.
You should.
I mean, but especially if you have if debt is your issue.
Yes.
And if debt is not your issue, you might be like, oh, I don't need this, but everyone can use it. Like it's smart, and I feel like we're not doing it frequently enough. Maybe every 6 months we should be revisiting all of our loans, revisiting all of our payments, and seeing where we can free up cash.
Because just because you can afford it or you're comfortable doesn't mean like that extra cash would help. Maybe you're diverting it towards an investment.
Right.
Yeah,
if you freed up $1,000 a month cash, like, and say your interest on that money is even high. Like, let's say it's, I don't know, 15% or something. Like that's, no car loans are going to be 15%, but
depends on your credit.
Well, true. If it's, let's say it's over 10%, could you take that $1,000 a month and save it up or whatever and put it into something that makes you more than 10%?
Right.
I mean, for us, we know we can. Right. So that's kind of the other thing with this cash flow is how can you utilize it to make you more money?
Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, instead of just saving. Like, yeah, it's important to save, but
yeah, because you need your money to work for you. Like, that's the whole goal.
Yeah.
But I do think it's easy. I like your take on every 6 months, because it is easy to just get comfortable
and just get used to paying those
and
payments
almost not forget about your bills, but just be like, oh, this is fine. This is fine. Like, I can pay that, and it's no pain.
Yeah.
When there's no pain, you tend to just kind of forget about it.
Right.
So,
yep.
We've been talking about doing an insurance audit on ourselves, which sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
But that might free up a lot of money. We have a lot of insurance payments everywhere. So,
yeah. So the things that are annoying and painful, and by painful, it's like, it's just going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
But, if doing this exercise takes you, I think when we did it like the end of last year, maybe it took us an hour and a half at the most.
Yeah.
Right. To like look up all our balances, look up all our payments. I just popped into a spreadsheet and wrote like, F-150. This is what we, this is what our payment is. What's our, and then did the formula
in Excel and did the formula. So just,
did the formula and like, what is our cash flow index? And then just look at the bottom one. And it's like, I think our Subaru was like, well, yeah, it was like 20. But I think we've had one before. It was like 8.
Right.
I think that was maybe our minivan when we owed on that or something. But we're like, oh man. So being the like total nerd that I am with
a freak in the sheets, the Excel sheets.
I put it on Excel and put all the like balances, just what it is, the loan balance, the payment.
Yeah.
And then put a formula in there to give us the cash flow index. Right. So we took our bottom one and we took that off. But what I was going to say with refinancing, so I took that and I did the amortization. So I think originally when we bought the van, we did like a 6-year.
Oh, we stretched that baby out as long as we could.
Yeah. Like, cause that was back in like 2019 or 18 when we bought that. And, we were struggling. Oh no, that would have had to be in because that was before Sloan was born. Cause she was born in the van.
Oh yeah.
So that would have been 2015.
Crazy.
We bought that thing. And so, 6 years, spread it out as long as we could. So when we refinanced this, we owed about, I don't know, I think it was about 3 years left on it. Right. So I was like, okay, if we get a 3-year loan, what does our payment look like? If we just we refinance this, but at the same amount of time that we're at now.
Yeah. Cause ours was amortized for 6 years or whatever.
And or maybe we owed 2 years left on it. And I was like, okay, well, what if we do 3 years? Like we did a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then we the interest rate and all that stuff. So I figured out how much interest would we still pay over the life of the loan of the car. Like where we were at, what we had left. And I did the math on that. And then I did the math on the new loan plus the refi fee. And I'm like, okay, what would we pay in interest if we refi it and we have to pay this, whatever it was, $150 or $200 refi fee? Like what does that look like? And actually by refinancing it, we still paid less interest and our payment dropped like $200 a month or whatever it was.
Because of the amortization.
Yeah. And just like shortening the timeline.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Why haven't we done this sooner? I was like so
because then you feel like
annoyed.
We've just been throwing money away for however long.
Yeah, I was so mad at ourselves. Like I was just like, there needs to be like a formula that tells you like, oh, you owned your car for 2 years. It's time to refinance it, So, which is probably about where we're at with the Telluride, which we did. I mean, we refinanced it.
Yeah, we did.
And we dropped our payment down $200 a month.
Yep.
By refinancing that.
But side note, we are also like mega rate shoppers.
Oh, interest rate
shoppers. Here for our cars, like, when we bought that, when we bought my truck,
yeah,
we went and I found all my own financing first.
Yep.
before I went to the dealership.
That's a great tip too.
And they were like,
car loans.
I went in and was like, we did it with this Telluride too. And I was like, here's what my rate is. I've already got approved from the bank. And they're like, there's no way.
There's no way that's your rate.
No, we can't get rates that low. I mean, we can get close, but not that low. You know, and I'm like, no, here's
dealership.
Here's my rate. Like, this is what it's going to be, you know, and they'll never believe you. Like, they want to fight with you because they make money off of your financing. I get it. But I can also bring my own money in.
Mm-hmm.
And
I will say that is that little extra work.
It is.
That people don't want to do. They want to just do the lazy way. And I say lazy way, like lovingly, of like, just, it's easier to just go in, get it from the dealership. You are going to be punished for doing that.
Oh, you're going to get screwed. Yeah. Because what is their motivation to give you a great deal?
They already know you're emotionally attached to the car.
They know you want it. They're going to go, what do you want your payment to be?
And that's the what?
And you go, around $400 a month. We got you.
Yeah.
Like,
so they make the monthly payment by just spreading it out.
But yeah, so to me, I like to do my own financing.
Yeah.
Find it beforehand. It kind of takes the power away from them. Now there's less negotiation.
Yeah.
Because they're making money off you with financing.
Right.
So it's going to feel like you're like.
So negotiate your price before.
Yeah. Don't tell them you have your own financing.
Yeah. Don't tell them. Honestly, so I was talking to, was it an insurance guy or a lender? I think it was an insurance guy.
Okay.
The other day. And I was like, well, I get all my car loans through Metro, this credit union here in Omaha. And he's like, yep. He goes, that's who you want to get your cars through. And I was like, what? What do you mean? He goes, I see every single like loan. Like I see every single bank. I see, he's like, by doing insurance, like I see it from everybody.
Oh, so he's seeing who the lender is.
He's like, I noticed Metro had more like cars than most other banks and stuff. He's like, so I looked into it. He goes, they by far have the best rates out of everyone in town. And I was like, good on us. Yeah.
But another little golden acorn for you too. Certain banks want certain assets.
Yes.
You know, so just because you're banking somewhere and you're like, oh, I have this relationship, that doesn't mean they're going to give you a good rate for a car.
Right.
If that doesn't fit into their asset classes.
If they don't want to lend on cars.
Yes. So you have to find one that is like, I'm loaning on vehicles. I'm loaning on mortgages. Like same thing for anything.
The best piece of advice I heard from somebody was look at what a bank is marketing.
Like their ads.
Mm-hmm. If they're marketing for checking accounts all the time, like we want your free checking and come get this gift with checking and checking.
They just want money.
They need money. Okay. If they're marketing car loans, they want car loans. If they're marketing HELOCs, they want HELOCs. So you're going to get approved easier if you go to a bank that wants what you need.
So they'll still give you a car loan. So if you go to, oh, honey, I saw all these ads for HELOCs for this XYZ bank. We should go check them out for our car. Like they'll still give you a car loan, but it's not what they want.
It's not what they want. So they're not going to, they're not going to necessarily give you their best rate.
Yeah.
So pay attention to the ads because
that's smart. I love that.
Banks only market for what they need.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's another little tip that I've heard.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we can make this pretty short today. Like we just wanted to give you a piece of homework, right? Sit down and maybe put out your balances, your minimum payments, figure out your cash flow index, and reduce the lowest one or refinance it. You don't have to pay it off.
It's just make that money more efficient.
Yes.
On that.
Yeah.
So what do you do with a credit card though? What if a credit card is like at a 20?
Yeah. And that's hard because credit cards are usually pretty efficient. Like their minimum balance requirement is pretty low.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that like going back to what you were saying about taking that extra money, that would be something you could pay down, right? If that's just eating alive at you, like, oh, I have this 26% interest rate on my credit card and it has this balance. Make another loan more efficient that you can actually do. Because if you just pay more on your credit card, you're not getting any extra cash flow.
Yeah, it's actually backwards.
Right. It's actually making it less efficient the more you pay it down, which is fine. But cars are the easiest thing, I think. Like they tend to be the loans that are the least efficient. And so if you can refinance that car or pay it off.
Especially the longer you've had it. Now, if you just got it and if you're still within your first year,
right.
chances are.
So take that money and every month, put all of it, if you're paying extra $300 on top of your minimum payment or whatever, it is like a snowball. So you can combine these methods and do the snowball mixed with cash flow indexing and just make some real progress.
It does.
And it feels so good.
It does. Like momentum I can't say enough about momentum.
Yeah.
When you start seeing that balance just drop, and you're like, oh my God. Then it's almost addictive. Like you want to find money to put on it and be like, oh, it's a race to zero, Yeah. It feels so good.
Yeah. And then like, if you are making that progress, it's kind of like when you go to the gym and you go work out and then you're like, well, I don't want to eat that piece of cake because I just worked out so hard. Like one positive behavior affects others.
Yes, it does.
So if you have, we'll call it found money, and it happens to all of us where it's like, oh, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that bonus. I didn't expect that payment. I didn't, I got a check in the mail. Those ones are the best. Then if you're already like paying extra on something for your peace of mind to try and get ahead, like then you can take that found money and instead of spending it, which is maybe what you would have done in the past, you put it towards this. I don't know. And
good options.
There's a whole nother thing where you could use a HELOC to get this stuff paid down faster. Maybe we can talk about that next time. Velocity banking.
Mm-hmm.
So we have.
You want to teaser it? Just teaser.
Yeah, we haven't been disciplined about it, and I think we need to get back to it.
Right. Well, we ended up using. Long story short, we ended up using our HELOC for some other commercial stuff. So we weren't able to do exactly what we wanted to do yet. Yeah. But
we're going to get there. So velocity banking is pretty cool because you can pay down inefficient stuff really fast with that.
Yes.
And
I'm excited to do it.
I know.
I want to get our HELOC freed up again.
Yeah. And that's the point is like, you're always using money that you still have access to. So like, how when you pay down a credit card, it's like, oh, well, if I pay off 1,000, I can still go back and use 1,000 if I need to.
Right.
It's kind of like that where like, you pay off a car loan, you can't just reuse
you don't
that
go,
loan.
oh, I have 30 grand now for a car loan. No, you don't.
Right.
It chips down to zero and you're done.
Right. So it's these lines of credit, right? Anything revolving or open that you can actually like tap back into.
Yeah.
Obviously,
the HELOC is different than a credit card, the way that the interest is calculated. So we could get into that another time.
And HELOCs tend to be interest only versus credit cards require a principal payment, right? So, there are definitely differences. I don't recommend doing velocity banking with a credit card, but it's when you have discretionary income every month and you want to make headway on something.
I think they a lot of times market velocity banking as like pay off your home in half the time. Because it is for those big purchases. I think it works really well for that stuff. And a car, like cars, like I got a new car, 50, 60, 70 grand, big loans like that. Like this isn't really for, I got $1,000 credit card balance.
Right.
It works best on the big stuff. Yeah.
Because you really should be pulling in an extra $500 a month minimum that you don't have to allocate to something.
I feel like it's like another rung on that. You're like, oh, we start with the debt snowball. And then we go to the cash flow index, and then you just keep leveling up, and you're like, we're ready for velocity banking. Mm-hmm. So it's up there a little bit. Yeah. So we can talk about it. All right, it'll be fun. We should have a couple more fun ones before we do that, though. Too many number ones, or people are gonna be like, I'm out.
What are you saying?
I know you get so excited.
What are you saying? Numbers are so
fun. Talk about my Excel formulas.
Numbers. Right. Is this working? Yay!
You do get so excited.
Oh, I love numbers. Okay.
You do.
I promise we won't go back to back on number podcasts.
Okay.
Then, or you'll be over here falling asleep.
Pinky swear. Bam.
Okay.
All right. I got you, fam. That's my son would say. My daughters.
All
Well,
right,
thanks for
guys.
listening.
Yeah.
Have a great week, day, whatever you're doing.
Yep. Agreed.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for joining Golden Acorns. Remember, the small steps you take today can lead to big growth tomorrow. Keep planting those seeds of potential and watch your life flourish in ways that truly do matter. If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone who could use a little inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a chance to grow with us. Thanks.